What's going on, YouTube? Back with another video. BMX Trash Talk here, and thank you for tuning in. But today we're going to talk about these brake calipers that I have here. I have two Re-Pop calipers. I have three from the 80s, and I have two from the mid-90s. Now, I'm going to start with the Re-Pop. And this one right here don't have any stamping on the front. I don't know what that bolt in the middle means. But when you turn it around, you see C star, which is Chang star, TC, and then you have 900A underneath right here. And if you pay attention, sorry guys, I live by airstrip. If you pay attention to the length of this part right here, it's short. This would be the rear brake. So this one right here, Changstar copied off of Dicomp's 901. And you can tell the quality is way better. And this is engraved. You can just put your nail in it. This is engraved. And if you go to the back on a lot of the brakes, they'll tell you their little story. So you'll see MX 901 on this side, MX 901 on this side, and 1983, made in Japan. Now the difference between, you see this is longer right here, and I'll show you the difference too. Just make sure that when you're shopping for brakes, you pay attention to, because there's a difference. You see the difference right there. So this one goes on the forks, and this one goes on the rear. And it's mainly like that because the rear normally has a thin, that brace in the back is very thin. The forks are thick, so they had to make this longer for this to go all the way in. If you was to flip these around, then you're gonna run into a problem whenever you tighten up this bolt. So if you was to put this one on the rear, by that brace being so thin, it'll probably come by right there. And when you tighten up this bolt, it's gonna stop right there. And this is gonna be moving back and forth. So that's why you have to put this one on the front and put this one on the rear. Now this one right here was made by Odyssey. And Odyssey also made their own stamped brake pads. And it's stamped Odyssey right here. They also make one that's engraved right here. And if you go to the back, then you can see 1985 right there. Then the company, like the model, is 2000 FS right there. And this one was made in Taiwan. And make sure when you go shopping for your brakes, you get all the original hardware to go with it. What I mean by that, you get this piece, you get this piece, you get this piece, you get everything on there. This one right here is made by Dicomp's MX. This is engraved. And this one right here is a sticker. And again, make sure you get all the hardware, this piece, especially this piece, because a lot of these pieces are hard to find just by themselves. And this piece right here too. And I'll always try to get the pads if I can. If not, I'll go to the BMX museum and somebody's selling some pads on there. Go to the back. The story about this one is it was made in September 1983. And let me squeeze it. And if you can squeeze it, you can see MX 1000, MX 1000, and then Dicomp, the company name right there. Made in Japan. This one right here is a Re-Pop. And this one goes on the rear, on the bottom. So this one doesn't have anything on it whatsoever. Not on the front. Maybe it had a sticker on there back in the day, I'm not sure. But just make sure when you go looking for these, see if you can get the little piece that hangs from here that has a screw in it. If you can, great. If you cannot, just go to the BMX museum and you can find one. And that's if you're, if you don't care about RePop. I don't have nothing against RePop. It's not my cup of tea. I'd rather get the real deal stuff. A lot of people get RePops because it's cheaper and it's easier just to put on the bike and to finish a build and for a quick sale. Just to say, hey, I got a complete bike for sale. This one right here is in the mid-90s. And Diecom made it real easy. They got it engraved right there. Bulldogs, Diecom brake pads. If you go to the back, this one was made in 95 or 96. 95 or 96. And then right there it says 884. That's the model. And then this one right here could be tricky if you don't know what you're looking at. So, sorry guys, I live by airstrip. This one could be tricky because this one looks just like the late 80s. Diecom made some nipping brakes. So nipping is the model name, and the word goes right here. Well, it's not right here. So it looks just like it. So you just have to be careful. And when you go to the back, and this one's real because it's engraved, and you can see it in the video. And this one right here was made in 95. So don't let nobody talk you into getting any brakes that looks like this and saying that it's nipping. Nipping will be engraved right here, just like Diecom is engraved right here. Well, that's it. That's a little backstory on brake calipers that I know of. If any of you guys want to chime in, just put it in the comments. Maybe I might have missed out on something. If you like what I'm doing, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, that way you catch my next videos. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.